Welcome all you YouTubers out there viewing this little video. My name is Nicole Sadler, and I am part of the University of Texas at Tyler's Master's in Occupational Therapy program. Today, what I want to do is talk to you about the importance of getting enough water intake. It's one of those things that I feel that we never seem to really get a hold of in our lives. And it's so important. It's one of those things where you the hydration that we take in and the water that we use, it's critical for helping us to regulate our body temperature, keeping our joints lubricated, being able to stave off infections, and it just helps to keep everything inside of us working properly. And so that's why I feel so compelled to talk to you about that today. So part of what I'm going to talk about is, again, like I said, the importance, but then we'll go into a few other things, a few tips and tricks on how to kind of continue to keep yourselves hydrated and ready and raring to go. Because what I want you guys to remember is that, the old adage was, about eight ounce glasses of water a day is where we should be. But really, 8 is on the low end. We should be going anywhere from 8 to 12 cups of water a day. And so if you think about that, 8 ounces is 64 ounces altogether. So that is a 2-liter soda. And so if you think about those kind of things, then that's a lot of soda to consume compared to the water that you'd be consuming. There's a lot of sugar, a lot of calories, a lot of sodium in there, and that sodium is depleting us and really concentrating our urine. And if we're not drinking enough water, it tends to create issues in our bladders, typically causing some urinary tract infections. And a urinary tract infection can cause a lot of other symptoms that can be kind of detrimental to us, because what we forget is, about 10% of people who are 65 years or older will get a urinary tract infection. And with those infections, there's pain that's associated with it. You could get a fever from it. There could be some, you could need to go pee really bad all the time. There may be some foul smell to it. It may change colors. And so it's really important to stay hydrated, to keep all of that fluid flushed through those systems so that bacteria doesn't get pushed back up. Because as we get older, it's even more important for us to stay hydrated, because when we hit about that 85 and older range, that UTI rate goes up to 30%. And if we're in the hospital, it's even higher. And part of that is because, we're in the hospital, we're not feeling good, and we forget to take those drinks of water and be able to rehydrate ourselves. So it's a pretty vital thing to us to be able to do that. So sorry. So what we need to remember is that it doesn't have to be just water. Now we want to stay away from the caffeinated, high calorie, high sugar kind of liquids, but there's little things that we can do to also help with our hydration. Eating more watermelon, eating more strawberries, lettuce, cucumbers. They're all higher in water content, which also helps. But then the other thing that you can do with those vegetables and fruits is, if you want to flavor your water, because we all drink water, but a lot of times we get really tired of it after a while, and so we need that little bit of flavor. We need that little bit just to kind of help us kind of get over that hump uh, because it sometimes does get tiring just to drink the same thing over and over again. So cutting up some cucumber, putting some lemon in there, um, even putting some berries in just to give it a little bit of flavor kind of will help you get over that hump. There are some nice um, waters out there already prepackaged that have a little bit of carbonation to them. So the waters like this from Walmart um, or these type of waters, they tend to have a little bit of flavor. They have a little bit of carbonation. You just have to watch because some of them have aspartame in them, which can be kind of difficult. It can be hard for people with diabetes because that can kind of mess with their sugars a bit. But also, looking at a few different options. There's also options that you can make your own. So, you have your pitcher of water, and then you can add things like lemonade or cherry pomegranate, just the Crystal Light or even the generic Crystal Light brands, just to kind of help, again, increase that water intake, but give you some flavor and give you something different. One of the things that I do a lot of times, it's kind of a reward system. After I've drank my 32 ounces of water, I can have a soda. But then I have to drink another 32 ounces before I can have another soda, or things like that. Just ways to kind of trick yourself into thinking that, oh, I get a reward after this if I work on that. Because it's one of those things. The other thing is too is we talked about the fruits and the berries and all of that. You can put those in ice cubes and then they can melt into your water. It's another nice way to have that little bit of refreshment. They've also come out with some really great seltzer waters now that allow you to be able to have that little bit of carbonation without the sugar, but still allow you to have some of that refreshment, which is always a nice kind of combination, kind of throwing a little bit of something else in there. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is water bottles. Sometimes we need that external motivation to kind of keep going. So I found a couple different ones. I'm going to try to, I'm sorry, these are in black and white, but so there's ones like this or like this. And as you see, I'm going to bring it a little closer. As you see, you can kind of see how it's got the lines. And then it tells you, and it kind of motivates you to keep drinking. So, by 8 a.m., we'll start with a full cup, but by 9 a.m., we have to have a little bit out of it. And by 10, a little bit more, and 11, a little bit more, until you get down to noon where you should have drank all of that. And then you start all over again. You refill it and go again. It's a nice way to kind of give us that reminder. There's also apps that you can get on your phone that can also give you that little bit of it will pop them and say, hey, it's time to drink this much water. It's a great way for you to kind of remember to not be a wilted flower and to get the drinks that we need. The other thing that I like to do, and it's just something fun for me, is I'll get water bottles, but then I'll get stickers from my favorite places, or I've even had a custom cup made for me that has my name and everything on it. And it's just a nice way to always have that cup with me and always remind me, but it's not just this plain water bottle. The nice thing about these type of water bottles is you can get them at Walmart. They're like $8. Really easy, quick, portable, refillable. You can take them anywhere with you. The other nice thing is there's a lot of places now that have the automatic bottle water fillers. And so, even if you're out and about, you can use those. They're in airports. I've seen them in the library, all different kinds of places that are great to be able to continue to drink that water while you're out. So one last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about was that I found this really, really great chart. Because I think a lot of times you use the bathroom, you don't think about it. But with this chart, it kind of shows you how hydrated you are. I'm going to show this up here. So I like how it shows, in that lighter colors, you're doing great, keep it up kind of a thing. But then as your urine gets darker, as you see it going down, it tells you to kind of increase that water, increase, 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 to make sure that you're getting back up to this where you're doing a better job. And I think that's a really nice way to be able to kind of be that visual reminder to you to get that water in and be able to do what you need to do. So, but always remember, not only just water, and like I said, and not just like the flavored waters, but also tea and coffee are a way to increase your hydration. Now, like I said before, with the caffeination, just you don't you're not drinking 11 cups of coffee, but having 1 or 2 cups of coffee during the day, if that's something that you enjoy, is another way to add some of that into your lifestyle. So, um, I know that we kind of went through a lot of this pretty quickly, but I also feel that when you're drinking enough water, you feel better. You just feel like you're ready to conquer the world and take on the day. So I hope that this little bit has helped to be able to kind of give you an idea of things that you can do to better help your health, um, and be able to kind of stave off having to go to the hospital or having to go to the doctor or having to be on medications. Um, it's it's amazing what a little bit more water can do in our lives. So thank you.